So, for majority who are asking why there are only 5,000 people who have applied, it's because one, not everybody even knows how to do so. Two, the process is not for everybody. Three, it's a design that was designed for not everybody to make it. But the Zimbabweans, who are wiser, they are calculating, getting the paperwork together, equipping themselves with the way they think and do business and move forward. So at the end of the day, as a people, as long as you don't break, you're getting stronger. The book about you was written even before some of you were born, you're taking our women, you're taking our jobs, you stink, where do you come from? These questions were always there. You were scrutinized by your own, you were scrutinized by others you may call not your own, you were scrutinized by everybody. So again, you can only get stronger. So 20 years ago, people say, we the foreigners, or the so-called foreigners, they take South African men's women, I don't know how that works exactly, but so that was a major trend. Crime in society, we all know people from different factors. They can cause havoc, they can cause crime. But you can't say a specific people are causing crime. And how can a small portion of a migrant cause crime that can actually cause, major significance to a country, as if a people were actually like designing some things like this? Because the tensions that have been created, they are making the blame to be more about you being here, whether you are illegal or not. You are going to be blamed, as we spoke about it, for failures of all sorts of kinds. So do not ask for mercy, when the pain is being caused intentionally. The only thing you can do is to think wise, reason with the demands and plan well. So if you're getting your things together, you're planning well, you're reasoning with the demands. But for you to say, please forgive me, or I'm sorry, you're talking to nobody. Nobody will hear you. These relations are being tainted, black to black, whether you like it or not. Some of it is intentional, but I can't sit right here and say all South African black people hate foreigners blacks. No. It's a portion, they're causing distraction, And these distractions, they're almost like a cleansing process for the ANC, they're cleansing themselves with the Zimbabweans. Anyone can, take a shot at this. Because the Zimbabwean case is up until the end of this year, but we got elections up until 2024. So there will be jabs and cleansing being done for people to achieve votes, And the media coverage makes people popular, makes organizations popular. So you can ask yourself, where are these problems coming from when they're being promoted? When social media, it's all they speak about. When news is hijacked by only problems, and then they spread problems, so they recreate villains in a sense that certain things makes people famous. Zimbo is a case to be studied and used. So then they're used in Zimbabwe, they're used in South Africa, they're studied everywhere around the world, and they're misunderstood. This application process, for those who have applied the 5,000, how many have already gotten their stuff together? The process is long, there's so many people, the paperwork is long. For some people, we're busy. Lip Connect Africa tax clearances are being done. Lip Connect Africa, the company being registered to the traffic department, so the cars that they can be in the company name, so then the traffic will know what's going on. So it's a lot of paperwork, for example, just business wise. So for regular people, or even for just normal people, or so-called important people, it's still just going to be a lot of paperwork. So the question, why only 5,000 people have applied, is almost rhetorical. So the elders can be blamed because when they get the media coverage and not use it to try to bring peace, understanding, direction. So okay, are you gonna use Zimbabweans, the foreigners, for example, as a stepping stone to all the problems to be fixed in this country? The electricity, the water in different places. I want to keep going about the problems because it's all about the solutions. So at the end of the day, what can the elders do instead of blaming these young Africans, on certain issues they did not create? So do we become famous taking our own people down? Or do we try to, bring better to this? Because it's just too much talks. Yeah, this trend is going to pass. And then what happens after that? It's something that we have to think about and try to process towards. Because everything is going out of control. Illegal people have to be dealt with. But there's just that feeling that illegal is almost like every foreign person is almost illegal. Because the tensions are almost, you don't know who to talk to correctly, the black to black tensions, it makes people awkwardly conversate or not conversate. This is a dangerous territory moving on, because after all this, does South Africa become an island? And then who will take care of black people's problems anyway? Because from what I understand, black people still have to solve their own problems apart from migration, illegal immigration. That's not the reason why people are poor or people are suffering. The problem is there's no systems that has been created to address poverty. There's no leadership that was designed to address poverty. So further on, there will be just chaos and more cries and further poverty if people do not sit down to realize, we get that there are problems to be sorted amongst Africans. But further breaking these relationships is not going to be the solution to fixing these problems. So the purpose is, as the media, as the minister drives You know, the whole narrative as the country gets hyped, let's not forget the end result is to still address the problems that the people face on a day-to-day. You know, these trends that we pick up on a daily, some of them will evaporate. But when they evaporate, what type of destruction would they have left along the way? Can some of that destruction be manned, solidified? We don't know. And one thing is, I don't want to find out certain things that are a distraction to our people. So the ANC cleansing itself, perhaps touching this, touching that. People need a dialogue. People need direction. People need new ways of developing things and moving life ahead. As long as those things are not actually addressed on a who's working for who and developing who for what, the rest is just a mystery, man. You know, the rest is a mystery. Yeah.